Beautiful Thursday evening here in the city of Columbus. We are in the Midwestern regions of the United States of America. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are listening to us or watching us in your own part of the world. Welcome to this third segment of broadcast on Apex One Radio. My name is Ernest Kanjo. Marcel Adig is producing this segment of broadcast from Varsut in Germany. He's doing so digitally from that end. So once again, thank you so much. If you're one of those who love to listen to us on Apex One radio.com, then thank you so much for doing so. If you are our listener on Radio Garden, thank you so much. Then if you have the habit of listening to us on the tuning app, that is great as well. Then for those of you who love to watch us on our respective social media handles, including Facebook and YouTube, then thank you so much. You may want to share the video extensively when you join. Once again, thank you so much. My name is Ernest. It's exactly 15 minutes to 6 here in the studio of Apex One Radio, and shortly we're going to begin a fresh edition of Apex Snapshots. And in today's edition, we are focusing on women. All right, once again, thank you so much. Share the video extensively as you join this broadcast. It's going to be a wonderful conversation with our guest who is already on the other side. She will be speaking live from the state of Delaware here in the United States of America. So for those of you just joined us, thank you once again. Share the video extensively. We are doing the show just a couple of hours to the second edition of the E-Woman Conference that takes place in the United States of America, precisely from in Delaware. All right, once again, thank you so much. Share the video extensively as you join us on the show. All right. We'll be starting very soon. Do not go away. Time for us to reach our audience extensively. All right, so it's exactly 13 minutes to 6 here in the studio of Apex One Radio. And without much ado, we are going to start this edition of Apex Snapshots on Apex One Radio. Today, we are focusing on women, like I mentioned. So, once again, do not go away. All right. And so I will just go ahead and say welcome to my guest who is not joining me live from the state of Delaware. I'll call her Coach Delphine, for where she's also a woman of God. Good evening, Coach Delphine Fogwe. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Good evening, Ernest. Thank you for having me.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you.
All right. So you're joining us from Delaware. How is Delaware, by the way, this Thursday evening?
Oh, it's a beautiful, beautiful city. The weather is good. So much greenery. It's beautiful. It's
Hmm.
lovely. Mhm.
Beautiful. And so we are live on radio. It's going to be focus on women. So sit back, relax, and of course, enjoy every bit of what we will be presenting to you this Thursday evening. Special good evening to Komi Musa. Welcome to the United States, Komi. Komi is in town for the E-Woman Conference, which takes place tomorrow in Delaware. Well, that's what we'll be talking about. It's our focus this evening with our guests. But before Coach Delphine joins us on this conversation, today we are celebrating women, the backbone of families, the heartbeat of communities, and the quiet warriors who make society tick, if you want to put it that way. From breadwinners to nurturers, leaders to visionaries, women are gold. They are everything. And in a world that's finally waking up to their immense power, one woman is lighting the path even brighter. She's a woman of God, a motivational speaker. She is a life coach and a true agent of transformation. I'm talking about my guest this evening, Coach Delphine Nforngwei. She is a visionary behind the E-Woman Conference, an event born to empower, elevate, and equip women morally, economically, socially, politically, and what of you. Now, after a groundbreaking first edition of the E-Woman Conference in Yaoundé, Cameroon, the second edition kicks off tomorrow in Delaware here in the United States of America under the powerful theme, Woman Elevate. So, what is the E-Woman Conference all about? Who is attending this conference? Who is who in this conference? What will be deliberated in this conference, and just what are the expectations, not only of the organizers, but also for those who are going to attend this conference. This and many more questions will be answered by our guest tonight, Coach Delphine Nforngwei, whom I now welcome once again. Once again, thank you so much and welcome to the show, Coach Delphine.
Thank you so much, Ernest. Thank you.
Right. So I have only introduced you by describing you using some qualitative adjectives, but you know yourself better than I do. So for the sake of our audience, especially those who are coming across you for the first time, could you just reintroduce yourself to us?
Okay, Ernest, thank you. My name is Delphine Nforngwei, as you've already said, popularly known as Coach D. I'm a women's impact coach.
Mm-hmm.
I help women find themselves, live intentionally, and align with their God-given purpose so that they can fully enjoy the lives as God intended for it to be.
Perfect. Right. So I would like you to help us carve your journey in women empowerment. I know you've definitely been in it for a while. So how did this all begin? It's not every woman who wants to empower women or who devotes her time, energy, intellect, and everything to empower other women. So what inspired you to get into this women movement thing?
Right. So, the foundation of everything is always very key to how far one can go with it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I grew up with a mother who was a women's leader as well. She was a political leader. She was the CNU section president of WCNU section president for Momo Division in the days
Mm-hmm.
of the former president of the nation of Cameroon.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I saw a lot of women come around, and I saw her giving counsel to women. So I used to eavesdrop even conversations that my mom was having with with women and her friends. So I grew up seeing this. And then I became a wife and mother myself.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a women's leader in church. So
Okay.
I have headed and led women in church for over 24 years.
Wow.
24 years, just working with women in that environment.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had the opportunity to also serve in other women's organizations like the African Women in Leadership
Mm-hmm.
organization. So all of that kind of, sparked the fire of women empowerment in me.
Wow, that's interesting. Over 24 years doing women's business. That's so interesting. So, um, you are a coach. You inspire women to live a purposeful life. So, how do you do that? How do you, when they say you coach women, do you
Mhm.
coach them? A soccer coach would coach a player. And also, when you say purposeful life here, what is purposeful life per se?
Okay, so I'm a John Maxwell certified uh, coach, by the
Mhm.
way, which kind of gave me a training that equipped me and helped me to align with my own God-given purpose.
Mhm.
So And that is what I discovered through my own journey, that to align with your purpose is living the life that you were truly uh, created to live.
Mm-hmm.
I always tell people this, you have your career and you have a calling. Your career is what you're paid to do. Your
Right.
calling is what you are born to do.
To do.
Now, when I talk about purpose, it's more about what you are really born to do. And, career can be a backing. Career can fuel that calling, can fuel your purpose, can help you, can enhance whatever thing you're doing
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to your purpose. But your purpose is really that thing you are designed to do, what you are designed to be offering your generation.
Mm-hmm.
And my experience with women, I discovered that women are full of potentials. Women are equipped with so much, and there is no potential that was put inside of a woman just for the sake of putting it. The woman carries a womb, nurtures baby. God is very intentional about the creation and the creation of a woman in particular, which means that the way we are designed
Mm-hmm.
is meant to serve a particular purpose
Right.
in, in
So
life.
let me find out from you. It's always said that some people have great potential, yet they don't know that they are that endowed.
Yeah.
So now, if people like you don't discover those potentials and let them know that they have them, uh, is it possible that someone can just live their life and be gone without ever discovering, you know, such potential?
In fact, that is why, to me, it is a mission to ensure that women discover their potentials and maximize them,
Mm,
because it is for real that many people have gone to their graves with a lot of untapped potentials.
mm,
There are many books in the graveyard that were never written. By the time I found myself, I've written 4 books.
mm.
By the time I found myself and I began to align with my own God-given purpose, that's when I realized that, hey, what if I had gone before now? Where would these books have been? Because the books I've written them in the last 3, 4 years. So, but before then, where were they?
So, what causes this blindness to one's potential? Why is it that some people don't see it?
Well, the key, I would say, a lack of awareness and awareness. And a lot of the time, people think that when you have a job and you can make money, that's enough.
Mm,
Life is not just about making money, getting married, making babies, and sitting there.
mm,
There is more to us than we have discovered even. Because even where I am, for instance, there is still a lot I discover in me every other day. And one of the things I tell people, you'll be doing yourself and doing your creator a disservice to leave this world without the world having a full taste of the best version of you. So
mm.
you could be manifesting some of it, but there is still almost so much you can tap and use and maximize. So there are people who have gone without manifesting who they really are.
Mm.
And the reason for that is that sometimes the exposure is not enough, and sometimes people just give a deaf ear to anything that sounds new, like, oh, they are good with their comfort zone.
Mm.
This is how we used to do it. And so we want to keep doing it this way. This is who my mom was. And so I want to just be this way. But there is so much to learn in the world of today because life is evolving. To stay relevant, you need to grow with the growing times. You need to develop with the changing times as well.
To stay relevant, you need to grow with the evolving times. Her name is Coach Delphine Fogwen. She is a motivational speaker, life coach who commits her life to empower other women. She's the convener of the upcoming E-Woman Conference that begins in the state of Delaware tomorrow. We're just a couple of hours to the start of that conference, which we'll talk more about in the course course of this edition of Snapshot just on Apex One Radio. Now, since you deal with women, I would like you to position women today, 30 years after the Berlin Conference, which ended in 1995 with the declaration and platform for action calling on governments to remove obstacles that stand on the way of women participating in things in the world. So 30 years down the road, if you were asked to describe or to tell us where the woman stands in this society today, what would you say?
I would say there has been a significant shift from the Beijing conference, really significant, because when we look at some of the statistics, you have about 14 female presidents in the world today, which was something that you couldn't talk about 30 years ago. We didn't have even one. I had, besides maybe the Queen, the Queen of England, we didn't have a lot of female presidents like we have 14 existing now. If you look at the case of Cameroon, for instance, we have about 33 female senators, which was something that wasn't that common. We didn't have even a single one before. We didn't have even one. And this is like 33% because 100 senators, and you have, of the total of 100 senators, you have 33 female senators. Well, I mean, this is huge. This is good already. So there's something is happening. Maybe we're not yet where we want to be, but we are no longer where we used to be.
We are also seeing progress in education. I know in the past, even without using statistics, fewer girls went to school. Parents had the tendency of sending, male children to school, and the girls would stay home and run the home, go to the farm with their mothers. It's not the case today. When you go to schools, female enrollment is really, really significant. So what do you think accounts for this change?
Yeah, the truth is there has been a global advocacy and awareness in this area of female education. There have been a lot of efforts by organizations, by governments, and individuals who have raised a lot of awareness as to the importance of female education. There have been policy changes and legislation, improved access to school. A lot has changed over time. And then you have a lot of role models now and mentorship. There are women that they too are looking up to. So every lady wants to be like one great lady they've seen before as well. And, there is technology and online education, which has made it easy, which is why we can see that we also have like a global initiative like the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals for quality education and gender balance. So all of that, there's a lot put together that has effected that change and, a great improvement.
Great improvement, of course, with many more female children, many more girls going to school today, and not only going to school, but putting up great performance. Many of them are also in the sciences, which was believed to be, disciplines for boys. So I mean, but a lot of progress is being made in that domain. We are speaking with Coach Delphine Nforngwei. She is the conceiver of the E-Woman Conference, whose first edition took place in Yaoundé, Cameroon, I guess a couple of months ago. The second edition will take place here in the United States of America tomorrow and, of course, Saturday, and that will be in the state of Delaware, from where she is speaking live. So let us talk about the E-Woman Conference. So what inspired the creation of this conference, and what is that concept all about?
Okay, I'll begin with what inspired it.
Mm-hmm.
What inspired this is that I personally have been attending a lot of women conferences that have empowered me. And I believe that you can't give out what you don't have.
Okay.
Me doing that over the years, sitting there and watching my own self grow by learning from other women who've gone ahead in different domains, and they are able to share their own stories and inspire me.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of helped me to grow myself. And when you grow, you can only help others grow as well.
Right.
What this has done for me is something I can't keep for myself. So me growing to that level where I saw I had that exposure and realized that it was important that I developed myself. It was working for me. It was giving me a life, a fulfillment. It's very fulfilling when you come, when you have a level of awareness. And then when I looked around me, I realized, oh, a lot of other women need to be in this place as well.
Mm.
And so the E-Woman Conference was born to empower, equip, elevate women to the place where they too can start, manifesting who they really are,
Mm.
maximize the potentials that they carry. Like I say, the E-Woman Conference is a holistic platform
Mm-hmm.
where we try to, equip women all around, like leadership. You find leadership, you have someone talking on finances, you have someone talking on relationship, spiritually, and what have you.
By the way, the E stands for empower.
E stands for empower. E stands for elevate. E,
Okay.
there is a lot in that E. That E is pregnant.
Beautiful. The E-Woman Conference, a concept which began. First edition was in Yaoundé. Second edition will be here, and it's definitely going to be an ongoing thing. So, under what organization do you organize this conference?
Under the E-Woman.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Mhm.
great. So that is the brand E-Woman.
E-Woman. Yeah.
All right, that is great. So, when I look at your flyer, there is this sub subheading that is very interesting. It says redefining empowerment,
Empowerment.
one woman at a time. Can you explain that?
Yeah. So redefining empowerment is about making the woman to understand that the power she needs is within her.
Okay.
It's not outside. And you don't need to go take it from anybody.
Hmm.
It is within. So we carry a lot in us as women. And so the empowerment here is you discovering that whatever you're looking for is within you.
Mhm.
And one woman at a time is that wherever you are with what you have, start doing something. It's a call to action.
Mhm. Now let
That's
let me.
why
Okay, go ahead.
that's why you have the theme Woman Elevate. Woman Elevate is that call to action, because it's difficult for you to fully manifest your potential if
Mhm.
you don't elevate yourself, your mindset, your knowledge. Personal development is one key thing that I will encourage every woman to get
Mhm.
into it. And as a coach, that is one of the things I spend my life doing to help women, you know, develop themselves holistically all around.
Now, I would like to know who this concept or who this conference is targeting,
For
because we have women in countless categories. We have women who only grow up in the hinterlands and go to the farm. We have women who now go to school. We now have women who occupy top positions in big
yeah,
organizations. We have women who are politicians. We have women who are sports figures. So several categories. Who is the woman involved here?
Good. Thank you for that question. And one of the things I will say for the e-woman is for every woman. Every woman. Why? Now, if you talk about the top woman who is already maybe pursuing her career and doing well wherever she is, there is one thing I see and I've discovered. There is always more to you than you have discovered, and there is more you can do. So no matter how well you are doing, there is another place you can get to. So the top woman is welcome for the e-woman because there is more in you. Now, the woman at the, call it grassroots, because when I look at the Yaoundé, the Cameroon conference, it had a cross section of every category of woman, and every woman had something to, to take home with them. So they have room for improvement as well. There is always room for more. So there is something for every woman. And I say, whether married, unmarried, young, old, working, not working, happy or unhappy, because it's a safe zone where women will meet with healing. Like I said, it's holistic. So they will meet with healing through the speakers, because I have speakers that are equipped in different areas. They are specialized in different areas, and they're bringing out those the skills that will help women find themselves, help women heal from some things they are going through, and help women develop their mindsets in different areas.
Wow, that's interesting. And so the first edition of that conference took place in Yaoundé. When was that?
That was in March 2025. March 20, early March. So we had the last day of February and the first day of March. 2 days.
2 days. Okay. And so you said women came from all walks of life for that first conference in Yaoundé, but it's also important to know exactly what you discussed at that conference, since it was a maiden edition. And how did the deliberations go?
Oh, it was really awesome because we had women who talked about branding, personal branding, or rebranding of yourself. It's more about helping women to be more resilient, because a lot of the time women go through stuff and they feel like, well, they get stuck. It's as if you are in this thing alone. So it was a lot of storytelling, in the sense that the women were able to tell their stories, women who have been through it all, and they survived. And they were able to share their stories to encourage other women who might be going through stuff, or they are just scared of, taking any action in case they fail. So we, spoke these things that will help them not fear making progress in life. Fear of failure is one of those things that keep people down. And so the fact that people could share their stories and tell them where they failed and where they, how they bounced back to life in different areas, in leadership, in relationships, in business. We always talk about, finances, because this is one of the things, the areas where we also want women to be empowered, so that they are not left behind. So we had people who could address different subjects, like I just mentioned, subject areas, like I just said.
I see the Yaoundé conference was heavily attended. So what accounted for that mobilization? Looks like it was first edition, but they turned out in their numbers.
Yeah, it was really it was amazing. Even to me, being the first edition, I wouldn't tell you that I was expecting that for real, because I had what I thought I could go with. I was in my mind, I knew, okay, I could wake up and make 100 women gather in one room. I could walk towards that. And by faith, I thought I could get 150 women by faith. But I'm telling you, we ended up with over 340 women in one room for the first time. That was also really like, it was amazing. it was it was surprising to me. And I would say I believe that it was God's timing and God made it his way, because I did my best to with the team that I work with. My team was also an amazing team.
Mhm.
We did everything to kind of spread the word, and had a group of beautiful women that were also just, doing well in spreading, sharing, and making sure that, they brought their own organizations. Other women came, women groups were there, and all of that. It couldn't have been a one man's job. It
Hmm.
was the work of a team, a good team that helps to make the dream work.
What have these women been telling you after that conference?
Oh,
What has been
oh,
their
oh.
feedback?
Yeah, so it is the feedback of this conference that gave birth to the Delaware. Because if I tell you from January that I had Delaware in my goals, I will be joking. I didn't have that as a plan, honestly. So the feedback, I had a couple of women that registered other women from here, from the USA, and some of them were here in Delaware who sponsored other women to attend in Cameroon. So
Hmm.
when they brought back the feedback from the conference, they were like, no, we need this in Delaware as well. You can't just keep that there. So we also need it in Delaware. And that was how the Delaware conference was born. I didn't plan this, to tell you that this movement is this is God, not me.
Hmm.
I've
So,
just built myself and I'm ready to move wherever women need to be empowered. I am ready to move. In fact, wherever women need empowerment, I am ready, so long as I have the means.
what did you have in mind in terms of periodicity of this conference? Was it going to be an annual thing? Then, before you knew it, women wanted it even more often.
Absolutely. I was planning to have the next one again in Cameroon for the next year.
Okay.
I didn't foresee doing two. I mean, talk less of doing in the USA. I didn't plan this. It wasn't in my in my plan. So, and that's why I say, maybe God had seen this and knew it. I was just availing myself to do the work. I'm just obeying. So I didn't plan this, but I believe this was a divine plan.
Hmm. Wow, that's interesting. So, tell us about what goes on behind the scenes when you are planning this conference. Who suggests the topics, for instance, and how do you get who has to speak on what topic?
Yeah. So through my own network with other women and other women leaders and coaches that I've been working with over the years, that has exposed me to a good number of coaches. I am even a product. In fact, I'm a student permanently a
Mm.
student. So I have these coaches that have coached some of them. Many of them have coached me. Some I
Mhm.
have worked with them. We have been in class, and I have seen their potentials. And then when I'm looking at what are the areas that women need to be equipped in, and I see who has what these women need. Who has it? Women need somebody to help them rebrand themselves. And I look around. Who is this person that has been rebranded? Who is this person that has been equipped in this area? And that is how I go around and I am able to source out who can give what they need.
Mm.
So I'm going alongside with a powerful team of coaches, seasoned women as well.
Hmm. That's interesting. The women are on board, ready to, uh, commit their talents, their potentials, their skills, and what have you to support and empower other women. And one of those powerful women who will be in Delaware tomorrow is Komi Musa, who just flew in from Cameroon. She'll be MC at that conference. She runs Sister Speak 237. Thank you so much, Komi Musa, for everything. And of course, we wish you a great conference tomorrow. We are live on radio, and our guest is Coach Delphine Nforngwei. She is the convener of the 2025 edition of E-Woman Conference. Of course, the second since the conference started in March of this year. And so tomorrow it will be the 10th of Delaware after Yaoundé. So, why did you choose Delaware? Go back to that. Let's know exactly why you chose Delaware, and perhaps not Maryland or not any other place in the United States.
Yeah. So Delaware, well, these are smart people though, but it's the ladies who came in, because some of them came from Delaware for the Yaoundé conference they attended actually.
Okay.
So they saw it for themselves, and while there, they began to talk about the Delaware. They say, "You are coming to Delaware," and when they talked about Delaware, the reasons they were giving is that Delaware is more central. You have a lot of people close to Delaware, like you have people from Virginia who will be coming in, Maryland, Baltimore, all the neighboring New Jersey, New York, all of that, the DMV areas they call it. That it was going to be more central and easier for people to hop in, drive in maybe 1 hour, 45 minutes or 1 hour plus. So it was going to be more central and easier for more people to attend.
Now, since you are organizing this second edition in the United States, let us be a little bit specific. And you'll be speaking with women who live and work in this country, whose challenges are different from the challenges of the women who live elsewhere. So, is there any particular way you're going to design the Delaware edition, and are there some specific topics that will fit into the context of where you will be organizing your conference?
Yes, of course. The world is very global now. It's like they call it a global village. So the problems are the same almost like everywhere, besides some little details. It's almost like everywhere. Like when we preach a lot about purpose, every woman needs to find their purpose, regardless of where you live, whether you live in Cameroon or you live in the US of A. You need to find you. You need to know your identity as a woman. And that will work for you any day, anytime, anywhere. So what we are doing is global. It works everywhere. And most of the coaching I do is online. So even while back in Cameroon, I have people who join me from the USA. I have people who join me from other neighboring countries like Nigeria, for instance. And I have a lot of them that I'm coaching and mentoring from different parts of the world who don't live in Cameroon. And we realize it works because the principles are basically the same.
And one of the reasons I asked the question is because you have women who left Cameroon as venerated broadcasters. Some left as successful accountants, came to the United States and could not practice those so-called noble professions, had to divert their attention into something else. Now they're losing that part of them, which you mentioned earlier on, that passion we're born with. And so that is a hard not to crack with the women who live in this country. Is this part of the things you'll be talking about?
Yes, we're going to handle things like this because just like I mentioned a little earlier, there is a career, something that you do to earn money, something you are paid to do. There is also what you were really born to do. So in all the finding the money, which is part of life, which is okay, which we all need, at some point there has to be a meeting point between you finding money and you finding you. And this is one of the things we really are going to hammer on, like talk about, that will help to enlighten people so much so that, some of the things, the areas we are really looking, we think that we'll get fulfillment when we have this much money, or you get fulfillment when you get this kind of connection, or your life will be so fulfilled because you're living in your dream country. Then you come there, you discover it's not really what
Right.
you thought. So what is going to fill that gap? Those are the things we're going to be looking at. Those are the things we're going to be talking about. How can we fill those gaps? How can you live a life that is fulfilled? Because you can be fulfilled anywhere. Even some of the places we're running away from, there are people living there who are fulfilled, who are happy, who are doing well. So, but how can we do well? Is it because of the geographical location, or what is it? So those are some of the things that women will come and be able to discover for themselves. And yeah.
If you don't mind, Coach Fogwe,
Yes.
mention maybe one or two speakers whom you'll be having tomorrow.
Oh, oh. Now I have Dr. Claudia Ngafisin.
Okay.
She is I call her a purpose coach, a powerful woman who has also not just developed herself, she's been developing or helping other women to find themselves. She actually lives in Florida, USA here. So like you see, there's a balance because you're going to have people who actually live here who can talk about here more. And then I have Pastor Stella Grace. That is a rebranded woman. A woman, she's going to be talking about the rebranded woman because she herself is a rebrand.
Wow.
So, and I have Katrina Johnson. She is a lady from Delaware. She is an American, born and bred, and she's going to be speaking about on self-esteem. So it's a blend of women. You have women, American by birth and everything. You have Cameroonians. You have Nigerians. I have Dr. Eden Nwaka. Is a Nigerian powerful coach, a leadership coach, communications coach. In fact, she lives in Houston. It's a very powerful. She's a powerhouse, which I will not be able to let the cat out of the bag, even if I try to, because there is so much in these women that they are bringing to deliver. That those who have registered, just wait for it, because I can't even tell you.
So much in the women, which the E-Woman Conference seeks to bring out. That conference takes place tomorrow in Delaware for the second edition under the theme Woman Elevate. And it will take place at the Hilton, Wilmington, Christiana. That is the venue. It's going to be a crowd puller, definitely. And the convener is our guest on the show this evening. Coach for Delphine is her name. So, what are you expecting from this conference in terms of the message you want to drive across?
So one thing I say, and I like saying, is once you have the conviction, take the action. Now we are here to push women into action, because a lot of the time people have good intentions, but if you can't turn those intentions into actions, they will remain as intentions and they will build nothing. So we are here to push women to birth those visions, bring out those babies, begin to manifest those potentials, because the earth is waiting. People are waiting for their manifestation. There are some people who will get lost if some people do not, pick up their assignments and start doing. And I realized that in my own life, because I'm looking at the women I'm leading and I'm asking myself, so what if I wasn't doing what I'm doing? Where would they be? So there is something you are meant to be doing, woman listening to me right now. You've got to do that so that other women will find themselves. They are waiting for your own voice. Every woman has a voice they will hear. And there are people that are waiting for your voice. There are people who have heard my voice and they're coming out. So what about you? Come so that you can find that voice, speak it out, and let others follow and find themselves as well.
Sound your own voice so that somebody can listen to it, get inspired, and follow you. Once there is the conviction, then take their action. We are live on radio. We're speaking with Coach Delphine Nforngwei. She is the main organizer of the E-Woman Conference, whose second edition takes place tomorrow and Saturday in Delaware. We are gradually but steadily moving to the end of this edition of Apex Snapshots on Apex One Radio. Now, I know conferences like this require a lot of resources to organize. In fact, let me just say it straight: requires a lot of money. Flying people from one country to the other requires a lot of means. So, logistically, how are you prepared for this? And is there anything which guests to that conference are required to do in terms of maybe supporting or some entrance fee?
Yes, of course. The first thing is there's a lot of sacrifice that goes into this, a lot of sacrifice, and which I've come to understand what passion and purpose can do. I have really kind of stretched, but I do it from the place of joy because I see the outcomes. Secondly, we had a token registration, which could barely cover the cost of the hall and the food, because there's going to be food for those 2 days. It's also, like I say, a platform where women come and relax, because while you are learning, while you are elevating, you have this 5-star lunch that you will have and sit in that environment that is cool and calm and beautiful, and be able to learn some things that will foster you, that will improve your own life. So there's that token registration that was able to cover their meals and were partly the whole. I wouldn't say that I could afford for all the coaches. Some of them are just, in fact, most of them have just partnered and seen the passion, and they're like, okay, let me do this for you. Let me do this for you. And some of them just did what they could by, taking their own flights. I couldn't pay for everyone. I couldn't. But there has been a lot of sacrifice that has gone down in this. And I still say it that joyfully, because when I see the results, I am happy. I am happy that I was able to do that. I'm hoping that I could be able to have partners in the future who can help us make it easier, because there are even more that I could bring and we could do more days, but just to get them really get enough. But I'm doing what I can do, because that is what I can do for now.
What is your vision for this project?
So the vision is for these 2 days, when they are equipped, there is also a continuation where they continue to coach them. I have a 1-year coaching membership, which they continue to grow and develop. Like after the Yaoundé, I have over 30 women that I am training, teaching, coaching, who are also becoming. They are becoming, finding themselves, aligning with their own God-given purposes. So I help them and also help them to brand themselves. So we are in the process. After every E-Woman conference, we follow with a cause that can keep them, maintain and grow more. Because of course, you can't get everything in a 2 days conference. You need more. And that's why we have that course that continues after the conference, a 1-year coaching program for women.
That's interesting. I see Dream Foundation as one of your partners. Which other partners do you have?
For now, Dream Foundation and just the other women who volunteer. Like here in Delaware, I have a group of women called the Fervent Women. They have been very helpful. They have been very supportive. They have just been amazing. They've been a blessing. So so far, those are the people that I can say have been able to, help in one way or the other.
And you
That
are open
women
to
women,
more partnership.
I am open to partnership.
Perfect. Right. So this is Apex Snapshots. We are focusing on the Woman Conference that takes place in Delaware tomorrow and Saturday. And we are live with the main organizer of that conference, Coach Delphine Fogwe. Well, so we're about to run off this conversation. I would like to get your last word, even before you remind guess who will be there tomorrow of the venue, time, and other important information. So, what would be your last word to women generally?
Well, my last word to women will be that it is important for women to be empowered,
Mm-hmm.
because when you empower one woman, you empower a nation. When you empower one woman, you are empowering future leaders. The women are the people who receive these leaders
Mm-hmm.
firsthand. They are the nurturers of the leaders that you find in the world of today. So if we want to have future generation of great leaders, let us empower the mothers of these leaders. Let us empower the women, because when they are well equipped, when they develop themselves, they'll be able to raise these women. You know, the first day, I mean, these leaders, the children that they give birth to, the first teachers you find are these women. They are the mothers. They are the ones that, the children learn in their hands and they start teaching them. So when you equip or empower a woman, you're empowering the future presidents, senators, parliamentarians, the future billionaires. You can name the rest. And imagine that they are raised by empowered women. What kind of world are we going to live in? You
A
can begin
fantastic
to think.
well, of course. Every great leader is born by a woman, and for that leader to be great, then whoever brought that leader to this world has to be empowered. So we have empowered women giving birth to empowered leaders. Thank you so much for joining us. Just before you go away, could you just remind us of the dates for this conference, the venue, then the time, and any other important information you may want to pass across?
Okay, so yeah, we begin tomorrow, which is the 25th of July, 2025, and Saturday, which is the 26th as well.
Mm-hmm.
And we begin at 9 a.m. The conference starts at 9, ends at 4 daily.
Okay.
Yeah, so and it's happening at the Hilton, Wilmington, Christiana.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a Hilton, Wilmington, Christiana. That's the venue. And you know, this sounds interesting. Do you know we have closed the registration
Wow.
because the hall is full?
Mm.
I didn't see this coming, but it also happened. It's interesting, right? It happened because when we began and we were having registrations coming in, slowly and though surely, but within the last couple of days, the hall became full, and that's the biggest hall of this place that we are using. And since we were supposed to, indicate the number of people, head counts for the food that will be provided, we did that already. And this same thing happened in the Yaoundé conference. I'm like, what's going on? Because people, so this is just to let us know that when you see a thing that you are convinced about, take the action. Don't wait for the last minute.
Mm-hmm.
Do it. Once you see that this is good and you want to be a part of it, don't wait to do it at the end. Because there are some people that have reached out to me today, and unfortunately, I'm not able to because I can't accommodate them. Now, if I had known that, okay, we're going to have this number of people, let's just say 2 weeks before now, I would have made a decision. Maybe I would have worked on the venue and taken a bigger venue.
If you waited for the last minute to register for the E-Woman Conference in Delaware, then correct that mistake and make sure you do not wait for the last minute when next the conference gets there. So that is a lesson we are learning from this conference. It's a full house already. And well, they say so loud. Well, for those who will be attending that conference, good luck. Hopefully, you have a wonderful conference. We'll be here to continue to relay that information. So, thank you so much, Coach Delphine Nforngwei. Yours is a noble mission. May God continue to empower you, give you the strength, energy, and every other resources which you need to make this a successful venture. So thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Thank you for having me, Ernest. Thank you so much, too. God bless you.
God bless you. To have a fantastic rest of the evening. And for you out there, thank you so much for joining us on their show. Special thanks to you, Christelle. Thank you, Caroline Yembe. Thank you for your time. Dr. Lizzie Bronte is also a powerful woman who empowers other women. She runs women's programs in Ohio as well. And we will be here on radio to tell you about her next program anytime it comes up. Thank you so much, Ngai Caroline. Thank you for your time. Special thanks to Komi Musa, who just flew in from Yaoundé. Well, for those of you who will be attending the conference tomorrow, good luck, and we wish you all the best. My name is Ernest Kanjo. Marcel, I did produce this show from Valsos in Germany. Our guest was Coach Delphine Nforngwei. And until we meet again, it is bye-bye from this end. Do have a fantastic rest of the evening. Bye for now.